Peace, family. What's going on? It's Cornez for Too Smart to Be Broke, and I want to thank y'all for coming to the channel. If you don't know me, my name's Cornez. I like to talk about what it's like to be an entrepreneur, just fresh, starting out, building business credit, amongst some other things, some different ways you can make money online, hustles, and different things you can do. But in the last video, I was talking about how personal and business credit actually go hand in hand with one another. And I did mention something about getting the inquiries removed. For that video, I was talking about doing one run of credit. Say if I go out and get 3 or 4 business credit cards and I personal guarantee them, meaning that I'm held liable if anything defaults, almost like co-signing for the business. Well, since those credit cards are not reporting under the personal side, on the individual side, you can actually, it's a little bit easier to get the inquiries removed since it's not attached to an account on that individual side. So normally, from what I've seen, you wait about 90 days for the best results. Now, some people have them happen a little bit quicker. So let me cut down to it. Because we're talking about removing inquiries for the personal side, all right? Because that's really what matters when we're talking about moving in this matrix. The inquiries on the business, not so much. All right. So one way, and this may help people that are actually, just trying to clean up their personal credit anyway. There's a one way to do it. Is called bumpage. I'm not sure if many people are familiar with that. It's all this information is everywhere, but if you don't know what bumpage is, pretty much you have 2 type of inquiries on your personal on your credit. You got a hard pull, you got a soft pull. All right. So a hard pull will be you're going to get a car, you're going to get a credit card, you're feeling like to get a house, you're getting some type of loan. A soft pull rather would be something like Credit Karma. Something like any service that's pulling your credit for free, or not free, maybe paid, but pulling your credit and just to monitor the service. Credit check total, my FICO, privacy guard, or whatever other stuff is out there. Those are going to be actually soft pulls. Well, it just so happens that if you get enough soft pulls, I believe specifically with like Equifax, maybe TransUnion, I think you can knock some of those hard inquiries off, right? So say for instance you have 3 or 4 services you log into. Say you got a Credit Karma, say you got a credit check total, say you got a my FICO, say you got a credit sesame. I don't know. Like say you got 3 or 4 of them, and you log in every day. So say you got four different services, and you log in every day for 30 days roughly. So you got 4 times 30. What's that? 4, 8, 12, 120, 100 potentially, 120 inquiries that actually I think about with Equifax or something. It's about 80 something. They ain't changed it. It's about 80 something, 85 or so inquiries before you start knocking the hard ones off of there. Because you got to imagine, pretty much it's like what happens, it gets full and it just starts pushing the old ones out the way. Boom. So after you've been doing it for about a month, you should start seeing some of those inquiries start falling off of some of those places. Keep in mind you got to do it every day, and you probably want to log in. If you're doing it at 8 a.m. in the morning every day, give it a full 24. You know what I'm saying? If you do 8, do 8:05 the next day and 8:15 or whatever to make sure and get that time to reset. But yeah, so if you didn't know that, that's called bumpage. Pretty much you bumping them on out the way. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be at every day. But keep in mind, not all these services, they do have some free services, but not all the services are free. All right. So do your research as far as which services out there free and whatnot. And if you are, keep in mind, if you are looking at your credit scores, Credit Karma is not accurate. It's good for seeing what's derogatory, your utilization, all that. But the vanity score is not an accurate FICO score. I would probably run with my FICO or privacy guard or maybe even credit check total. Even though that's changing up a little bit. But all right, on to the next way, which I'm sure y'all were interested in hearing this. So if anybody is familiar with credit repair, you know that you can challenge or dispute any inaccurate information due to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and it is up to the bureaus and the alleged creditor to provide documentation, that the information is accurate. So one, you may clean up your credit, you may update your name, update your address on there, and then you may challenge any derogatory information, or you want to challenge the inquiries rather, because that's what we're talking about. One route to go is to check and verify that you're the person that even gave the authorization, to actually have them to run your credit. So typically, a couple of things that you normally people look for. And keep in mind, I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer. This is for entertainment purposes. All right. Some of the things that people look for are actually, you might ask do you have any signature, or like a wet ink signature of yours on record that shows that you authorize that, or does the creditor have any phone number or physical location, specific address that boom. So you can write Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion and do that. Now, one of the keys to that as well is maybe going ahead and freezing a company called Sage Stream. Okay, so you got Sage Stream, you got LexisNexis, and then you got Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All right. So if you didn't know about those other two bureaus, so pretty much all those bureaus usually get your information from Sage Stream or LexisNexis, but more than likely for these purposes, we're talking about Sage Stream. So you can actually freeze your Sage Stream account. You go up there, look them up. As far as Sage Stream security, look them up. You can send in a letter and fax the letter. But whenever you're dealing with people like this, you always want to, if you can, get a confirmation and send it. Receipted, just to make somebody physical actually gets a copy of that thing, and you got an actual record of it with that confirmation number you sent. Because sometimes you send information, they kind of rebuttal, and you have to go back round 1, round 2, round 3 dispute. And on the last time, you're going to actually threaten to put them in court, and usually they'll pay you out. But a lot of people have results quicker than that. Like I said, I'm no expert. I've done a little bit of credit repair for my personal self, but that's about it. Help a couple friends out, but so you're gonna lock that Sage Stream up, or freeze it rather. Excuse me, terminology is a little different. And then after you freeze it, then you'll actually begin to send letters to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and then it'll be hard for them to actually verify some of that information. And usually, why I say wait 90 days, because Sage Stream usually actually if you don't get approved, they usually don't keep that information on hand. Even if you do, sometimes whatever they do with their records after 90 days is just harder for them to actually have that information on hand. So that's just a couple quick tips. Nothing is the all be all, but if you want to head in the right direction, that should definitely steer you in the right direction. People got a lot of the 609 letters out there, those templates. So, all information is out here on the internet. Do your research. But yeah, man, that's what I want to talk about. You can actually, if you didn't know, bumpage. That's a pretty cool way, for, to get your inquiries knocked off on a couple of those bureaus and stuff like that. And then freezing Sage Stream. Now, when you do actually mail them a letter, they're going to send you a pen. And then with that pen, you want to actually keep it close tight, because when it's time to actually unfreeze it, so you can actually start moving out here again, that's what you do. All right. So, like I said, man, I ain't no credit repair expert, guru, no means like that. But yes, you can get your funding yourself. You know what I mean? And then you go ahead and go and rinse it and repeat it. And you do the same thing for your partners. You do the same thing for your new business ventures. Put people on, man. Each one teach one. That's all I'm here for. So with that being said, it's not that costly to actually do these things yourself, and all that is legal under the Federal Credit Reporting Act. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely will go that route if I were you. It don't hurt to read and look up the information and attempt to do something. It's nothing illegal. Okay, they have to verify that you're the one that authorized that information. You understand what I'm saying? And they might send you some hoops and loops and BS, but look, man, I got to get the understanding that legal jargon and they playing the game. They don't want to go to court and all that, man. They'll remove that stuff off your credit, man. All right, now that's it. It's really time for me to plug my plug. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, share, like, and subscribe if you appreciate the information. And if you actually want to support your boy, there's a link for free business credit monitoring down below. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Along with the free business credit, if you actually want to get credit that reports to a trade line that reports to on the business side now, Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet, then what you actually do is you can sign up for NAV. I believe it's like $40 a month, and they report to all of those bureaus. However, I always make it clear, if you are looking to build business credit, my first recommendation is that you clean up your personal credit and use it as a personal guarantor to jumpstart your, this is for new businesses, to jumpstart your business. Okay, yes, I do understand that none of us want to tie up our social with that. Okay, I'm just letting you know, to jumpstart things, cool. Once you're making money, then you won't have to lean on that social as much. Okay, I don't talk a lot about controversial things on here. Okay, I don't talk about all that stuff, but I will say, yes, there's more than one way to do anything. So my way may not be your way. You may be a brother that wants to get a CPN or a sister or whatever, and that's a credit profile number or credit privacy number. All right, and I understand. Believe me, my mentors have CPNs. I don't have one. But just keep in mind, whenever you do anything in this matrix, it's a game to be played. They playing the game right now, and you do want to have some integrity and some morals and some guidelines to what you're doing. Not out here just trying to run it up, but kind of doing things the right way. Because I'm here so we can put ourselves in a better position, our people in a better position, and we don't want to do nothing silly and be backtracking. You know what I'm saying? And walking backwards. So with that being said, it's the holiday season. I ain't got my shirt on now, but I got my Too Smart to Be Broke shirts on up under here too. Capital Holiday 20. If you click on the link, if you want to support your boy that way. And stay tuned. My next video, for those of you who might be needing some extra income or some side hustles or something to do in your spare time, I'm going to start telling you how to make money with no money, or at least little to no money. But anyway, fam, like I said, you want to contact me, email should be in the description. I'll do consultations, probably like $20 for 30 minutes right now and $30 for the hour for the rest of the year. So if you want to get at me, cool, peace. If you want to get me on the phone, most of the time I try to answer your questions on email or message real quick. But some of y'all, man, it'd be kind of long-winded. And, hey, you might have to get me on the phone, brother, sister. You know what I mean? Anyway, love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all having a good time with y'all family, holiday, or whatever you celebrate or don't. You know what it is. Peace.